It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
What else were you on? Well, if you're taking Villeneuve's place.
Welcome to Gittone Stadium in Vineland, New Jersey. Playoff football action, but first, entertainment from the Millville Marching High School Band.
He's a man who likes his program. They don't make that. I just said, I said, look, he's got a whole bunch of them. We'll find out where he
How are you? Let's hear it again for the Millville Thunderbolt Marching Band. Again, everyone, welcome to Gittone Memorial Stadium today for today's high school football matchup on Turkey Day. I know you got those turkeys going at home, but they got some great breakfast sandwiches here at a concession stand. I just had that sausage, egg, and cheese. Very good. I'd advise you go get one. They got sausage, egg, and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, hot dogs, everything to your liking. So make sure you make it stop out to our concession stands.
Pre-game show. I'm Rich Van Noord with head coach Bert Ayala. Coach, first of all, congratulations on getting to the state championship game, the initial state championship game. We'll put that on the back burner. Let's talk about Vineland. You're off 3 days rest. How do you motivate the kids today?
I don't know if there's much motivation. They know this is a rival. They know what goes into this game. It's tradition. I mean, I love tradition. I know I'm not from around here and I didn't play in this game, but, you know, this game means a lot to the city, means a lot to the players. So that alone, I think, wakes our guys up for this game.
So, any of the players banged up? Look, you're coming off 3 days rest. I mean, even for 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple guys that got, you know, there's been a bug going around. Got a guy sick, got another guy nicked up. But, I mean, you know, we're healthy. We're healthy for the most part. You know, we'll be all right. We have depth. We have the ability to, you know, put guys in there and make it work. So Vineland hasn't had one of their best seasons. So how do you get the guys motivated and say, hey, you know, we need to be focused here and not on Northern Highlands on December 3rd? I think I said it to you all season. football, you know what I mean? We're going to play OBG football. It don't matter if it's 3 days rest. I mean, if it's a day rest. We're going to go out there, play the game. We're going to execute. And, listen, to be honest, the way I see it is I'd rather play than have a week off and then have to prepare for – I'd rather have that instead of 2 weeks off before the state championship game. So
great point, Coach, because, you've got 2 weeks, right? I'm not going to call this a scrimmage because Vineland wants to beat you. But still, you've got competition and good competition to prepare yourself for December 3rd.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they're going to go out there and play hard. This is their last game of the season. They're going to give everything they got. And, we're going to go out there and play the same way. I mean, this is a game for us to, get better and prepare for that game next week.
So you talked about tradition. I know you had Coach Race talk to the team. What did he say, and how did the team react?
I mean, it's always great to have the alumni speak to the guys. I think we had Craig Atkinson yesterday speak to them too, and they responded well because they just went through the history and the different teams that have had success over the year, and just made them understand even more how much it means to the city, and it's the longest living rival out there. So I mean, I think that alone just says enough for them.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck today, and we're looking forward to December 3rd as well.
Very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Coach Bert Ayala of the Millville Thunderbolts will come back with game action right after this.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
All right, ready? Everybody look. Ready? Everybody sit there. Everybody look.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to Gittone Stadium in Vineland, New Jersey, where today the 151st meeting between the Millville Thunderbolts and the Vineland Fighting Clan. I'm Rich Van Noord along with Craig Atkinson and the Hall of Fame coach, Tony Cerace. We had a full booth today, and we do this every year. It becomes kind of cliche, but it's Millville against Vineland. It's a tradition, and it's Thanksgiving Day, Craig.
Sure is, Rich. As they say, you can throw out the records when it's Millville-Vineland. I mean, Millville's had a tremendous year. Vineland's been down a little bit this year, but I'm expecting a good game out of the Thunderbolts and the Fighting Clan. And it's a beautiful day to play football.
So, Coach, I was talking with Coach Ayala before the game, and he said that even though it's only a 3-day rest between Sunday's game and today, he said it's actually a good thing because his team won't be sitting for 2 weeks waiting for Northern Highlands December 3rd.
Right, and probably reading a lot about their accolades and how well they've done. They had to get right back to it. And when we fed them Thanksgiving dinner yesterday at the Thunderbolt Club, he stressed that to them to really stay focused and get the job done. Because, man, there's been some times when we've played them, we were favorites. I don't know if we were as heavy favorites as they'll be today, but have to be focused during the game.
So, Coach, I mean, you've had an instance where you came off a playoff victory, had 4 days rest, and you had to play. What was that week like?
Well, we had it twice. And you know what, Rich? Both times the better team won. Vineland had a really, really good team and beat us. And then we had a really good team in 75, and, we beat them. A little history to that was I really wanted to try to get the game moved to Saturday. And the late, great athletic director, Tony Gittone, had agreed to it, and then he had a lapse of memory. And so we play, and you know what? I think you can play. I mean, these kids are pretty resilient. The worst part is if you have some injuries and the kids can't play.
And out of an abundance of caution today, Keon German is not dressed. He's a captain on the field, as you can see, but he's not dressing today for the Thunderbolts, and he got nicked up in that Mainland game, so he will not be playing his usual linebacking position. So Millville will have someone else play in his stead today.
Sprained ankle, Rich.
Yeah, sprained ankle. Great really great defensive player, fast, really good player for our team all year long.
And Keon German is one in a line of great linebackers that have come out of Millville for sure. And the senior linebacker will be missed today, but of course, with that sprained ankle, he wants to get healthy for December 3rd at Rutgers.
Yeah, and I don't think in talking with Coach Ayala, he was healthy enough to even consider, trying to limp out there and play today. So I'm sure the Thunderbolts have enough depth and enough ability to hang in there defensively.
So Vineland comes in as a 3-win team. Their last game was against Ocean City. They played in a consolation game. These new rules in which you are allowed to seek another game between the end of the season and your Thanksgiving Day game. They played at Ocean City and lost that game by a score of 41-13. So tell us about Vineland and tell us what we can expect today, Coach, out of the Fighting Clan.
Well, you're going to get a heavy dose of Danny Russo. Danny's their sophomore quarterback who will run the ball on RPOs and run the ball on powers. And he's really the featured guy. They have Charles Clark as another running back, but they're young. Danny's a sophomore, Clark's a sophomore, and then they have another young man, a receiver, Powell. I'm forgetting his first name here, but he's a really good player. If you remember, his brother was a player that went to Rutgers.
Right, so it's Tyreen Powell. Is that Rutgers? Tyrell Powell is playing for Vineland. Craig, you played in this rivalry, and so tell us, how the players are feeling or how you felt going into this game, knowing this wealth of tradition between these two teams.
Right, you can't help but feeling the tradition that is involved with this game, Rich. You just get totally jacked up in two cities 10 minutes away. I have also the distinction of coaching for both Millville and Vineland at different times in my career. And I can tell you that the Vineland kids just get as jacked up as Millville does. I mean, if you look at the tradition, it goes back to the late 1890s. The series is very closely as far as wins and losses go. So it's a great thing. And, they're talking about, I just read in the paper, Ocean City and Pleasantville aren't going to play anymore after this week. That's been going on since 1917. And it just breaks my heart to think that this Thanksgiving Day rivalry might go by the wayside because of the playoff situation. So, I hope they keep it going. It's great for the towns, and it's a pride thing. It's a boasting thing you can do all year. And I told the kids last night, I spoke to our team last night, I said, eventually you're going to socialize with your opponents. You're going to work with your opponents as you get into the workforce. And it's just a sense of pride that you can say, my senior year, we beat your butts in the Turkey Day game. And even though you might not get the crowds that we used to get, it is a sense of pride for both communities. And I don't know how many people ask, how's Millville going to do? How's Vineland going to do this year? I was at the dentist office yesterday, and George Karak, my dentist, wants to know about the game. Who's at the game today? And he played before I did, back in the early 70s, and had a great career with the Thunderbolts. So there's just with all the former Thunderbolts that come out to the game, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's great athletic competition.
So, Coach, Craig touched on the fact about tradition, right, and playing these Thanksgiving Day games, and I think we're down to 88 teams now are playing on Thanksgiving Day. I know that this year for the first time since the 1950s, Lenape and Shawnee are not playing on Thanksgiving Day. Woodstown and Salem not playing on Thanksgiving Day. So, the mission of the NJSIAA was to try to get rid of these, and I guess by attrition they are.
And the football conferences. Headed by, coaches that are involved, the West Jersey Football Conference down our way, and all of the, conferences up north. They'd be very happy to get rid of Thanksgiving Day and just get the season to end, go straight through, have the season end, and they have no concern about the tradition of 151 games, Millville Vineland, or any of the other games.
And, Rich, what I can't figure out is that if you push the Thanksgiving Day back or forward, you're only talking about the finals of 5 groups. So that's 10 teams that are going to play a game after Thanksgiving. So really, my question is, what's a big deal? 10 teams. Okay, 10 teams out of the state.
Out of the state.
Who knows how many high schools are going to play? So why penalize schools that have this tradition? Because you're worried about 10 teams playing a little later on into December.
Right. I agree with that 100%. I mean, I think the NJSIA walked that fine line when they put this together for the first state championship by honoring the Thanksgiving Day traditions, because there was enough of a voice among the minority saying, hey, just because you don't have a tradition, you want to do away with ours. And so the compromise came, and obviously it's not a perfect system. The season ends, in the penultimate weekend of October. So what do you do between then and Thanksgiving? So, Coach, there's been some suggestions on what to do. And maybe having people who, I don't know, maybe have lost a first-round game, they can participate in another game that way. If maybe the losers of the first-round games play each other, as a means to try to bridge that gap between the end of the regular season and Thanksgiving Day.
Well, teams that weren't in the top 16 were in this pod of 4, and the winners played, but the losers didn't play. So the losers had to find another game. And, thank goodness Vineland was able to find Ocean City, and it was a match. That's a long time to go, between the last game and Thanksgiving if, you don't have a game scheduled. It's not an easy situation to handle.
So let's go back to last weekend and talk about that. It's senior day here, obviously, at Vineland, so the cheerleaders are getting introduced and the senior players are getting introduced. So as that's going on, so let's go back to last weekend, in which the NJSIA allowed Franklin High School to host North 1, North 2, and then Central South was hosted by Cherokee. And then the host sites, Franklin High School and Cherokee High School, both scheduled the game. So, I mean, I don't know if this was deliberate or not, but scheduling Millville for a 2:30 afternoon, the last game of the 5, knowing they had a Thanksgiving Day game, was, we can always speculate whether that was deliberate or not, but it certainly seems that way.
Well, and it didn't have to be. And I know our superintendent was livid. I'm livid. I do not see the purpose of that. It made no sense when you could have Millville could have played on Saturday. The other 2 teams could have played on Sunday.
If they flipped Edison, Toms River North, who have no Thanksgiving Day conflicts, they could have played Sunday at 2:30. Millville could have the extra day's rest, and they said no to that.
Yes, and I don't know, and they pushed it off. From what I understand, they pushed it off on Cherokee, saying it was Cherokee's call. Unless things have changed, and I know I've been going a long time, the schools that host, that's all they do is they say, here's our field, and we're going to give you our field or our gym for a tournament. The state runs it.
Right.
So the state is ultimately in charge. I'd like to get that explained. I won't, and there won't be any explanation to it. And it's a shame because it didn't have to be.
Well, of course, the NJSIA, in response to Tony Trongone, said, well, actually the site manager, which is the host school, they schedule these games. So it's up to them, and we're not going to get involved because they're offering their facilities. Well, we're never going to get an answer on that, but we know that Cherokee High School has not been very friendly to Millville to start off by putting their coaches in the visiting bleachers on a scaffolding, and then putting, of course, us as the announcers out on a table on the side of a hill. I mean, they've been very unhospitable. So one can only try to assume that they continued that tradition of inhospitality. All right, is that the right word? Yeah. Now, time for our national anthem. Fine rendition of our national anthem by the Vineland High School Marching Band. We are just about set and ready for action at Gittone Stadium, and this is a fantastic day. For those of you who are remote watching this game, it's a beautiful day in New Jersey, and temperatures in the low 50s with next to no wind. If you were, Coach, if you were trying to wish for weather for a game, this would be it.
This would be it, man. The coaches in short sleeves, and hopefully we get a good ball game. I believe Vineland won the toss and deferred. I know Millville's receiving, so we're going to see that high-powered Thunderbolt offense on the field right away.
So Millville will take the field on offense if they don't fumble away the kickoff. And I'll tell you, Jacob Zamat has had a great season for the Millville Thunderbolts. Passing the football, Coach, he's the kind of guy who does not make mistakes.
No, he's 4 interceptions all season long. Talking to him yesterday on the coach's show, and he's very like a lot of guys on the team, but in particular, your quarterback has to be calm. All my quarterbacks want calm, but he's very calm.
What are you trying to say, Coach?
Well, sometime during the game, we needed to have Craig retell the story about where you wanted Craig to throw into a 30-mile-an-hour wind downfield.
That wasn't too smart of me.
Here's the kick, Brooks and Smith. It's going to be Brooks who fumbles it and picks it up at the 18. And then we'll return it to about the 25-yard line. That's where the Thunderbolts will have it 1st and 10.
Well, you can see Vineland's all fired up on the kickoff. They got good coverage. He tackled Brooks at the 25 after he fumbled it. So that's the danger that Millville has in turning the ball over. So they'll mark the ball at the 26-yard line. That's where Millville will have it 1st and 10. Glad you can join us on QBC TV 22, also YouTube, and also Facebook Live. And if you're calling from or watching from someplace, tell us where you're watching from. 1st and 10. Zamat back to pass. He's going to throw deep to Brooks, and the ball is knocked away. That's Charles Clark, who came over from his safety position, and Brooks was triple teamed.
Nice play by Clark that time, coming over from the safety position to knock that ball down.
Yeah, he read that very well. Zamat looked at Brooks the whole way, and the safety read that and came over and almost intercepted it.
Almost playing bracket coverage with the safety over the top. So Millville will go trips to the near side on 2nd and 10 from the 26. He's going to hand it off. It's going to go to Sharp, and Sharp is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Just an off tackle play, just an off tackle run too Sharp off the left-hand tackle side, really for no gain.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Zamat gets his marching orders from the sideline, and Millville will go back to that trips near side. 3rd down and 10, and Millville's out flanking Vineland to the near side. So Zamat will roll to that side and look, and he throws. He's got a man. It's Levan, and Levan is hit and dropped at the 35-yard line, a yard short of the 1st down.
Well, Coach Ayala has a decision to make.
He made it, Coach.
He made it. He's going right away.
4th and 1 from the 35-yard line. He's going to hand it off to Sharp. He's got a hole in the middle. Plants his foot across midfield to the Vineland 47-yard line. Gain on the play of 18.
Sharp is as good a back as I've seen Millville have, and we've got some great ones that can do that hop step and get into the hole full speed.
2 wides each side. Millville running quick. There's the pump fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Zamat will take it himself. Around the 35, and he will fall down inside the 30. They'll mark him at the 30-yard line for a gain of 18 and a 1st down.
So, Rich, in the last couple of games, Zamat has really come of age. He's reading the defenses very well, and he's understanding when he needs to tuck the ball and run, and he's been very successful in the last 3 games doing that.
1st and 10 from the Vineland 30-yard line. Levan now goes to the far side. And now we have a flag, and looks going to be a motion, I believe, against Millville.
Well, we've had a number of those last game, especially when we put guys in motion. I don't know, what the cause of that is, but when you run motion, they have to stay still in that offensive line.
1st and 15, the 113th penalty against Millville this year. 1st and 15, here comes the blitz. Zamat's flush to his left, throws down the field. He's got a man underthrows, and that's Levan at the 25-yard line, incomplete.
Rich, very difficult throw there by Zamat. I mean, rolling to your left as a right-handed quarterback and trying to hit somebody basically inside the hash marks is a very difficult throw.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 15 from the 35-yard line. No wind to speak of here at Gittone Stadium, so
totally different from last week.
Absolutely. So trips to the far side for the Thunderbolts.
Brooks to the near side
with one-on-one coverage.
Vineland playing single high safety. They're going to go, and they're going to give it to Sharp straight ahead for 4 yards to the 31-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Obviously, we're in 4-down territory here when we went for 4th and 1 from our own 35. So we have 2 plays to pick up the 11 yards or so.
So Millville will go 2 wides each side. 3rd down and 12 from the 32. Zamat in shotgun, takes the snap. Here comes a blitzing linebacker. Zamat has time to throw. He tries to get away, and then he throws it. And is it a fumble, or was his arm going forward? They're going to call fumble. So Zamat fumbles.
Watch it again, Rich, but I don't think his arm was going forward. Doesn't matter because the official didn't call it. That's the replay on Sharp's run. But it's exactly what we talked about not doing, turning the ball over and letting Vineland stay in the game.
So Vineland has it 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Daniel Russo will be the quarterback. Charles Clark, the running back for Vineland.
That's a fumble.
The main offensive weapon for Vineland is Russo, the quarterback. They go 2 wides to each side, and uncovered. You have a wide receiver to the near side covering the tackle, and Russo will take it himself, and he'll get a yard to the 39-yard line.
Rich, nothing special in that play, just a quarterback run off the guard tackle hole and basically picked up a couple yards maybe.
2nd down, 9 for the Fighting Clan, ball at the 39-yard line. Two wides each side for the Fighting Clan. Now they're going to, now they go trips to the far side, empty the backfield. Now a man in motion, they're going to try to go jet sweep, and getting to the 41-yard line is DJ Clark. And Clark's going to get 2 to the 41-yard line.
And Jamal Wallace just flew to that sweep from his inside linebacker position and made a really nice play on the tackle.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 from the 41-yard line.
I'm sure our older viewers remember Jamal Wallace Sr., an outstanding player at Millville, went on to play at Temple and play in the NFL for a little bit.
So 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted between the 40 and 41-yard line. DJ Clark's the setback. Russo back to pass, looks, throws it down the middle. The ball's caught. And the ball's going to be spotted at the 42-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down, gain on the play of 18 yards.
And Rich, Millville brought 5 or 6 rushers that time. Vine was able to give him good pass protection, and Pat was able to curl inside on safety for a nice gain.
Yeah, Russo stayed right in the pocket, delivered a nice ball.
1st and 10 from the Millville 41-yard line. Here comes Millville with a blitz, and Russo is going to be tackled at the 39-yard line for a gain of 2 to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Russo again trying off the left side, same play they ran on 1st down on the previous series, and was not real successful in only gaining 2 yards on that play.
2nd down 8 at the Millville 39-yard line.
Millville has shown some vulnerability off tackle during the season.
Empty backfield. Trips to the far side. 2nd down 8 for the Fighting Clan. Russo takes the snap, looks, throws a quick screen, gets it to Clark. Clark tries to get to the outside. He has no room as Millville closes that down. And that's a great play by Asir Cornish.
Yeah, I think he lost the yard.
Back to the 40-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 9.
Millville just has great team speed on defense that they can defense plays to the outside like that. I mean, Cornish made just a great play getting out there and tackling him for a loss.
3rd and 9 at the Millville 40. So Vineland will go trips near side, 2 wides far side. Again, they empty the backfield.
5 wide.
And here comes a blitz. And Russo's going to take it on a draw, and he's going to be tackled at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 6, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, it makes it 4th and manageable on that nice run by Russo. He's a big, strong kid. He doesn't lose yardage very often.
So 4th down and 3 from the 34-yard line. So Millville will bring in a little size. Marcus Offer comes in. Play the nose tackle position on the 3 down. Fourth down and 3 from the 34. Again, empty backfield for Vineland. And Millville creeps their linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage, and now we have a timeout Vineland. 5:03 left first quarter, no score. Back after this.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready
to find my fit
in human resources,
in engineering technology,
in healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Out of the timeout, it'll be 4th and a long 2, short 3. Take your pick. For Vineland, and they're going to go for it.
First real big play of the game. Millville can make a statement if they hold Vineland here on down.
4th down for the Fighting Clan. Russo takes his snap. He's going to take it on a draw, and he will get the first down and a lot more. Inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line, gain on the play of 14 for Russo and a first down.
Yep, breaking tackles, and they're fired up. They've got nothing to lose and everything to gain by beating the heavily favored Thunderbolts.
And Coach, you talk about throwing out the records, and you also talk about this is essentially Vineland's championship game. They want to beat Millville and show that they can play.
Yeah, build for the future. Danny's a sophomore, Pal's a junior, so they're trying to build for the future.
1st and 10 from the 19 of Millville. Going to hand off to Clark. He's going to try to get around the edge. He's got a little bit of a crease, but Millville closes it down. And he's going to get 4 to the 15. He's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Looked like Solomon Massett-Kent made
and now a flag on the play.
Looked like Solomon Massett-Kent made a nice play on that. I don't know who that's penalties on.
Well, Vineland's pointing to Millville. The referee is pointing to the Vineland bench that it's on Millville.
I think it is on Millville.
So hold on just a second here. No signal yet. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike against Millville. So a first down for Vineland.
Well, the penalties continue. Penalties continue. It's just been a bugaboo for Millville all season long. And you just give the opponent an opportunity to get into the game. Hamilton game was a clean game.
Ball down to the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Fighting Clan.
Really no reason for that. That was, both teams were back in their huddle. Flag was called, so that's just one of our players mouthing off to the official.
Handoff Clark into the line. He's inside the 5. He's down to the 4. Gain of 3 for Clark, second and goal.
I'll tell you, the offensive line for Vineland is doing a nice job.
Yeah, they're getting the pushback on our defensive line.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And the ball spotted at the 3. That was a gain of 4, second and goal. So Clark to the left of Russo on second and goal from the 3-yard line. Again, it's going to be Clark. And Clark gets to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up a third and goal from the 2.
Ball spotted 2, third and goal. Ball spotted at the 2.
So early in the game, Vineland doing what they have to do, which is control the football and keep the ball away from the Millville offense.
Yep, get first downs, keep the clock moving. We're down to 3 minutes in the first quarter.
Good to look like Vineland might be bringing their power package here. Maybe with a power line formation.
And they do. They're going to go double H back right, bringing another offensive lineman in. So Russo's going to take it himself, and he's going to power, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. So Russo from 2 yards out, and it's 6-0 Vineland.
Vineland shows a nice drive, getting the turnover from the Thunderbolts on the fumble, right down the field, and draws first blood in this Thanksgiving Day game.
What was that, Rich? 60-yard drive?
That was a 62-yard drive in 11 plays. Snap, ball, kick up, the kick is blocked. 2:36 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Vineland. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Jerry Cavella. I help good businesses become great businesses. Let's face it, every business has gaps. I'm here to help business owners fill those gaps. Consider me the outside view of the inside of your business operation.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
So Vineland will kick off. They lead this game 6-0. So if Millville didn't get a wake-up call to start the game, they certainly got one now.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, you know, one thing Coach has said, they don't panic.
Smith at the 5. Looks for the seam, gets it up over the 30-yard line, and Millville will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Well, Rich, we're notorious for slow starting. I mean, just about the whole season we've had very slow starts to all of our games, just about. So nothing unusual for the Bolts to be behind in the first quarter of any game.
And there is the drive for Vineland, 11 plays, 62 yards, 6 minutes and 41 seconds.
Which is exactly what they want to do.
1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Millville goes 2 wides to each side. Straight drop back, throws, and ball's picked at the 40-yard line right through the hands of Smith and right into the arms of Tyrell Powell.
Right, that's the focus that Coach was talking about. That's right through. That's a perfect pass and right through our receiver's hands into the hands of the Vineland defender.
And our players that were coming off from offense to the sideline, heads down, they've really got to pick it up here. We really don't appear to be into this game at this point.
So the ball goes right through Smith's hands and right into Powell's hands. So, again, you're talking about that focus that Millville's lacking early on here. And Vineland is hyped. They're here to play.
Yeah, no doubt. They're fired up.
3 wides to the near side, 2 far side. Russo, empty backfield. That's kind of a basic set they've been running, their base set. 1st and 10 from the 35 of Millville. And Russo will fake the throw. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to get near the 30, over the 30 to the 28-yard line. He gets a little bit of a generous spot because he looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 30, but they're marking him at the 28. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Lost containment on that side, Craig.
Right. Quarterback did a nice job. Russo did a nice job seeing that opening to the right. Got flushed a little bit from the left side, ran to the right side.
2nd and 3 from the 28-yard line. Again, empty set for Vineland. Here comes a quarterback draw, and Russo will bang off one player and get the first down. Ball spotted at the 24, gain of 4, first down.
Rich, when you play that 3-5 defense that Millville's employing right now, your linebackers have to be active, especially on off-tackle plays. Even if it's just a quarterback run like they executed, the outside linebackers and the inside linebackers have to fill those gaps really quick because they're playing off the ball. And you're going to give up that, 3 or 4 yard play every time if you don't come up with it.
1st and 10 for Vineland at the Millville 24-yard line. Russo takes the snap, looks, throws it out, has a man, it's Clark, and he goes nowhere. As a matter of fact, he loses a yard back to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Millville speed all over that quick pass to the outside.
2nd and 11 from the Millville 25. Big play for the Millville defense here. They can put him in 3rd and long and behind the sticks. They can probably, stall out Vineland's drive. 2nd down, 11. Russo will take it himself straight up the gut, and he'll get 2 yards to the 23 to bring up a 3rd and 9. 8 carries, 39 yards for Russo already in the game. And we're under a minute, and Millville has had the ball for a total of 9 plays.
Vineland's dominated so far, Rich, no question about it.
Russo's like a single wing player.
Right, direct snap,
and they're powered up inside of the outside, and he throws the ball well enough to keep you honest. And this is definitely 4-down territory.
And the Vineland's, they've been on a 25 seconds for 30 seconds.
Yeah. They're still not even counting.
And they're not even counting, and the
quarter's going to run out.
So we have a timeout, Vineland. 4 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Fighting Clan. Back after this.
Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
It's Thanksgiving football. The the Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Quads. Russo's going to take the snap, and he's going to get inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Could be the 18, and that's the end of the first quarter. 6-0 Vineland. Fourth down for the Fighting Clan when we come back.
Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Thunderbolt Air.
And now, back to the game.
Half the team line everybody up on one side, then they come jogging and do this. There's a real pain in the butt. Because like you gotta stand there.
No Sean Mitchell. Millville.
Do I know Sean Mitchell?
Start of the second quarter from Gittone Stadium, and it'll be a 4th and 4 for Vineland at the Millville 18-yard line. So this is a big play for the Millville defense to try to turn the tide. Vineland has shown up to play. Millville with 2 early turnovers, and they have to, it looks like Vineland's going to go for a field goal.
35-yarder.
Colin Grafe is the kicker for Vineland, and he is set up at the 25-yard line. His extra point earlier was blocked.
No win, so yeah, not a really long field goal when there's no win, Rich.
As I'm looking at the American flag across the field, there is a slight wind, and it's in the face, probably 5 miles an hour or less in the face of Grafe. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:55 left, second quarter. It's Vineland 9, Millville nothing. Back after this.
Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Grafe will kick off for Vineland. They lead this game surprisingly by a score of 9-0. Smith and Brooks back for the Thunderbolts. There's the kick. It's going to be a squib and come to one of the upbacks. That's going to be Bryceer Hunter. And Hunter is going, did he fumble the ball? And it looks like Millville has it at the 39-yard line. Almost another Millville turnover.
I think he did fumble that ball, Rich, and luckily we made a recovery.
So the ball's going to be at the 39-yard line, so Millville in good field position to start this drive.
Well, they got to do something with it on this drive. Rich are going to find themselves further and further behind.
So 1st and 10 for Millville at their own 39-yard line. They will send, they're going to go the offset pistol look this time. 2 wides to the near side.
I think you'll see him run the ball.
It goes to Sharp. Sharp has the sideline. He's got lots of room. He's into Vineland territory at the 49-yard line. There's going to be a gain of 12 for Sharp and a first down.
Really nice run that time. Sharp bounced it outside, was able to get the corner on Vineland, and was knocked out of bounds by the last guy that could have got him.
Again, Vineland going with double safety, so that's why Millville's running the football. They're going to give it to Bryce Hunter on the quick hitter, and he bounces off one of his own guys, and that caused him to slow down, and Vineland caught up to him for no gain.
Well, I think they're playing that too deep, Rich, because they're concerned about, the Millville quick strike with all the firepower they have with the receivers. But Coach Ayala, he likes to run the ball, and I think he wants to slow everybody down and run the ball a little bit.
2nd and 10 from the Vineland 49-yard line. Hunter will flip to the right of Zamat on this play. Now we have a flag. It's going to be another flag against Millville as Vineland points to the Millville line.
I just don't get all these procedure penalties.
The backfield wasn't even lined up that time before the penalty came, so I don't know what the offensive line is listening to.
Second and 15 from the Millville 46-yard line. Hale comes to the near side. Brooks by himself to the far side. Zamat drops back, looks. He's got a pass to Brooks. Brooks will get to the 48, maybe the 47-yard line, gets the penalty yardage back, plus a couple of more.
Well, they're happy with that. Vineland playing soft coverage and cheating the safety over on that side to Brooks, coming up and making the tackle. Did a nice job.
5 yards on the pass.
Good time for a screen pass here, Rich.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. They're going to pitch it wide to Sharp. Sharp does have the near side. He'll have the first down, and there'll be a flag, and who that will be against could be a late hit as he's marked out at the 38-yard line. Gain of 11 for Sharp.
Yeah, I think that's a late hit on Vineland on number 14, Freddie Levan. Sharp was able to get the corner on that. They really cleaned that corner up on that toss sweep and had a good gain on that play, and I believe we're going to get 15 more here.
Sharp really has some outstanding quickness.
Now here's where my issue here is now with the marking of the football. So the linesman comes down and marks the ball at the 38-yard line, puts his foot down where he went out of bounds. Then he's now standing at the 39-yard line.
Well, it depends where the foul was, doesn't it? Depends where.
No, because it was out of bounds. The play was already out of bounds when the flag was thrown. So they're going to pick up the flag.
There's one thing I don't understand. How can you pick up a flag? I saw the play. It was a late hit on number 14, and they called it. Now they wave it off. I don't understand that.
Officiating 101.
I don't understand that. If you saw the penalty, why do you pick it up?
Right.
It is a first down for the Thunderbolts.
Officials over explaining to Coach Ayala, who I'm sure is not happy with that.
You can't throw a flag and then pick it up if you saw something like that. I mean, that's a penalty.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 39-yard line. It's going to be a first down and 10 for Millville from there.
Makes absolutely no sense to me. How you can talk official out of making the penalty call that he called.
2 wide to the far side, offset pistol left for Millville. Straight drop back, pumps. Now he throws. He's got Brooks, and the ball is caught at the 20-yard line.
Wow. What a catch.
That was an unbelievable catch, Rich. I mean, that's something you see in the NFL with the guys like Jefferson from Minnesota. That was a one-handed grab, bounced in the air, and he was able to make that one-handed catch. Just a fantastic play by Brooks.
1st and 10 for Millville at the Vineland 20. Offset pistol right for Millville on this play. 2 wides to the near side. Zamat in shotgun. Takes the snap, straight drop back. He's got Levan on a slant. And he gets to the 13-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, if the defense is going to play off, you're going to have to hit those short passes, the hooks, the slants, things like that, which can really do a lot of damage to a defense.
2nd down and 3. Handoff Sharp. Sharp is not going to get anywhere as Vineland came off their blocks and they just shut it down for a loss of 2.
Well, as the great line coach from my era, Rich Cutler would say, cannot have penetration. Penetration gets you beat, and that's what happened on that play.
3rd and 5 from the 15-yard line. Again, 2 wides to the near side. Zamat hands it off. Sharp, quick hitter. Inside the 10, goal to go for Millville at the 8. They're going to mark it at the 8 or 9-yard line. It looks like more than 9. So it will be a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line, gain of 6 for Sharp.
Well, he hits the hole quick, doesn't he?
Good explosive speed right off the snap.
So single wides to each side for Millville. Freddie Levan's a tight end near side. They're going to go. It's going to be Sharp up the gut inside the 5, down to about the 2, inside the 2 near the 1.
Made a nice cut back to the right on that play, Rich, and almost got the end zone.
And you can watch it here. This is something that Coach Suresh was talking about earlier. We're going to go to the play because it's inside the 1 after the gain of 8. It's Sharp again, and Sharp does not get in. Stays at the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. And Coach was talking about hitting that plant foot and going. And Naeem Sharp is one of the best backs we've seen at doing that. So the clock stops with 8:17 left. We have an injured player on the field. We'll take a break. 9-0 Vineland. Back after this.
Need something fixed? Think Latour Hardware and Garden Center, your best bet for reliable and lasting repairs. For over 30 years, Latour has been the expert in small engine repairs, lawnmower repairs, blade sharpening, screen and window repair, glass cutting, generator maintenance, and power tool repairs. Latour services all major brands, and whether you visit the store or take advantage of Latour's pickup and delivery service, you'll know your job is being done right. Think hardware, think Latour Hardware and Garden Center. Come on in and get started.
And now, back to the game.
3rd and goal for the Thunderbolts inside the Vineland 1-yard line. Again, offset pistol right for the Thunderbolts. They're going to hand it off to Hunter. He is hit in the backfield. Loss of 2 back to the 3-yard line.
Russo made that play with great penetration that time from the defensive end spot.
So Millville does have a kicker. They've got Jaden Reynes, or are they going to go for this 4th and goal? And it looks like Ayala's made his decision. Smith comes into the game. Sharp checks out. So Hunter will stay in at running back. And Millville has a 4th and goal from the Vineland 3-yard line.
Penetration that last play, Rich, again killed Millville.
Zaman in shotgun.
Probably need to get a timeout here.
Zamont looks for a sign from the sidelines. They flip Hunter to the right side. 4th and goal. Zamont takes it, hands it off to Hunter. Hunter cuts it up, and he's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, another nice run by Brashear Hunter, the power back from Millville. Had been injured early in the year and just came back. What a nice young man. We had him on the coach's show, and he was chomping at the bit to get a chance to play.
Man, this lineman on the other side is, never mind. I thought it was saying Millville called a timeout.
And it's going to be a sideline warning against Millville. The touchdown will count, and Reynes will come on for the extra point.
That's when you call a sideline warning on a touchdown play?
When the entire team is within the 20-yard line. So the linesman who's standing at the 1-yard line, so a 3-yard line, is looking down the field toward Millville. I don't understand that.
I don't know.
So Reynes comes on for the extra point.
We need an official in the booth. We need Tom Fisher.
Breon Cobbs is the holder for the Thunderbolts. And here's the snap. Ball. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:51 left, first half. It's Vineland 9, Millville 7. Back after this timeout.
Smile is more than just your teeth. At Tenbrook Orthodontics, discover the smile you deserve to have. Get more smiles, more affordably priced with Harvard-trained Dr. Tenbrook's 21st century technology. Get Tenbrook's exclusive T1 braces or Invisalign, which gradually delivers a gorgeous smile. 11 locations like Millville, Washington Township, Vineland, and Mullica Hill, Tenbrook Orthodontics. Spend less time, spend less money, have more fun getting the smile you deserve.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
So Millville shakes off the rusty start and puts themselves on the board. It's now a 9-7 Vineland lead. And Reynes will kick off.
Nice drive by Thunderbolts, Rich, 61 yards. And give credit to Vineland. They made Millville work for that down at the inside the 10. So good ball game so far.
Hitchens and DJ Clark back deep for the Fighting Clan. High end over end kick. It's DJ Clark. And he is going to
offside.
Call for a fair catch. It's going to be an offside against the Thunderbolts. So the fourth penalty against Millville. No penalties against Vineland yet.
Don't see that too much, do you? Offside on a kickoff.
No, not very often.
And they didn't even call offside. They called a little procedure.
But when the season ends, Coach Ayala needs to do a study of all these penalties and how they can work to prevent them, because they're really, hurting themselves big time.
So Reynes will kick it off from the 35-yard line now. So Hitchens and Clark back deep for the Fighting Clan, looking for the re-kick from Reynes. And there it is. It's going to come to the near side, and it's going to be caught. And that's going to be Hitchens. And he has the sideline. And he's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. Hitchens. 78 yards for Hitchens.
He's okay.
And it's now a 15-7 game.
Well, what we talked about, unfortunately, is coming to pass here in the first half. Millville's had a bugaboo with good coverage all year, and it really came to bite them now. And, Vineland, they came to play, and B, they've got some athletes. I mean, they're not, they don't have a lot of players. The ones they got can really play. That was a huge play in this game.
So Grafe will come on for the extra point out of the hold of Tyrell Powell. So the snap down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:39 left in the first half. It's Vineland 16, and here is the return by Powell. We'll take a break. Come back with more after this.
Right pair of glasses along with the quality eye care you deserve can be expensive, but not at Ideal Vision, where for a limited time you can get a complete pair of glasses for just $49.95. And right now that includes our comprehensive eye exam. Ideal Vision is where quality meets affordability, from an on-site optical laboratory making same-day eyeglasses available to hundreds of designer frames from the brands you want, all with the lowest prices guaranteed.
We are here for you and your family's vision needs. Call or stop in today at Ideal Vision. You'll be glad you did.
And now, back to the game.
So Vineland will kick it off after the 78-yard kickoff return by James Hitchens. And Vineland making a statement today, up 16-7.
Inexplainable to me, Rich. Inexplainable.
Smith and Brooks back deep for Millville. There's the pooch. It'll come to Demir White at the 27. White's got room up the middle of the field. He's got space. He cuts it into Vineland territory at the 45-yard line, and Millville will have it 1st and 10 from there.
Well, that's the danger when you don't kick deep to Brooks and Smith. You know, you pooch kick it, and Millville has some good upbacks that can run. So now they're in Vineland territory, and again, they need to answer. That kick coverage really has me upset, because I thought we had him right on the sideline, and we just didn't have a good effort to make the tackle.
Yeah, you got to use the sideline as your 12th defender. I mean, basic football 101.
So Millville comes out single back. They go 2 wides each side. Sharp in at running back. 1st and 10 from the Vineland 45. 2 high safety, and now we have a timeout Vineland. We'll take it with them. With 6:31 left in the first half, 16-7 Vineland. Back after this.
Living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
6:31 left in the first half. Millville with the 1st and 10 at the Vineland 45-yard line. Fake the handoff. Brooks at the 45. He's got the 40. Shakes a tackle. Continues to fight to the 30, near the 36-yard line. Depends on where they spot it, but it's going to be a 2nd and about 1 or 2.
Yeah, he didn't go down easy. He made a really nice move to the inside, and Vineland closed it off, and he just kept fighting.
2nd and 1 yard to go. Ball spot at 36.
2nd and 1 for Millville at the 36 of Vineland. Again, 2 wides each side. Handoff, Sharp. Sharp goes around right side. He's got this, and there's going to be a hold against Millville.
Yeah, you could see that coming.
And now a flag is going to be, I believe, against Vineland. This could be offsetting. We'll check.
You could see that coming from a mile away, Rich, on the end. They engaged. And I still say, I mean, these officials got to be targeting us for holding calls. I mean, we've had a lot during the year, and you know, officials, they study the films and they talk, you know, to each other. And, you know, there's just so many holding calls against Millville. I really don't understand it, but that's the game of football, I guess.
So a hold against Millville and a face mask against Vineland. So those penalties will offset and replay 2nd down and 1.
I mean, Sharp made a nice run on that, bounced that outside, but we had a hold on the defensive end to that side.
2nd down.
So 2nd down and 1 as we replay the down at the 36 of Vineland. And now we have an official's timeout, and it's going to be a 2nd down, so the down marker is incorrect. All right, 2nd down and 1. We're all set. Zamat, hands off, Sharp into the line. He'll get the 1st down at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 4 and a 1st down.
Another penalty, Rich. Who knows what that is?
Well, if you're betting, it's against Millville.
Sometimes you just let the kids play football. I mean, you know, you can't affect the outcome of the game as an official.
Yeah, they become the game instead of the kids on either side.
Looks like it'll be against Vineland. It'll be a personal foul against Vineland, and it'll send the ball to the 17-yard line. Another first down for the Thunderbolts. First penalty against Vineland.
Coach Russo can't be happy with that because he's giving Millville extra yardage.
First and 10 from the Vineland 17-yard line. Lamont will throw a quick pass. He's got Hale. Hale has near sideline. He's caught from behind. And Russo gets him in close to a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, I think he had the jersey, but it was close.
7 yards to the 10-yard line, 2nd and 3.
Real nice bubble screen that time, Rich, by cutting it inside, waiting for that block, and then cutting it back outside for Hale. So very nice offensive play there.
And good blocking.
2nd down and 3. Ball at the 10-yard line. Zamot back to pass, throws. He's got the man in the end. Caught. Touchdown, Brooks.
Well, great catch by Brooks, Coach.
When you have a player of his caliber, man, you've got to get him the ball, and that's exactly what they did. I thought he was fairly well covered. But,
and the ball was kind of behind him. Another outstanding catch.
Adjustment to the ball. He's as good at that as anybody I've seen.
I mean, that's a really tough pattern to defend against a guy who runs a 4.3 40. I mean, you got to respect him getting past you, but then he cuts inside you, and there's not a whole lot the defensive back can do.
Reynes on for the extra point. Snap, ball down, kick up, and kick good. 4:56 left in the first half. It's 16-14 Vineland. Back after this timeout.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born. Right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Hey parents, there's something you should know. If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
Are you ready to find your fit?
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
One, two, three,
We only have 9.
5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
We got 10. We don't have enough players on the field. Oh my God. Kicking team. Kickoff team.
4:56 left in the first half, and Millville will kick off down by 2. Reynes boots it, high end over ender, and that is Clark at the 16. And Millville will bottle him up outside the 25. They'll mark the ball at the 29, 1st and 10 for the Fighting Clan.
Rich, I don't know how many timeouts we have because the clock says 0 on both teams.
Well, we have 3 and they have 1.
So, we could get the ball back. If we make a stop here and get the ball back, it doesn't take us long to score points. So we might want to consider taking some timeouts here if we stop them on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they do us no good in the locker room, right, Greg?
That's what they said.
Take them with you.
1st and 10 at the Vineland 29-yard line. Again, they empty the backfield, and Russo's going to take it. He's going to be dropped.
Penetration.
And coming in for the Thunderbolts on a great slant was Blackowitz.
Just an inside slant and didn't get blocked and made a great play.
Loss of 2 back to the 27. Second and 12.
Second and 12.
So again, they empty the backfield. Clark takes a snap, fakes. He's got some room, and he goes across the 35. He will be near a first down. They're going to mark him at the 38-yard line. It's going to be an 11-yard gain. It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
That was a nice run by the quarterback that time. He made some good cuts. We missed some tackles and got it within easy first down range.
3rd and 1 for Vineland at the 38-yard line. So Millville could use some penetration here, because I'm sensing number 10 is going to be running the ball.
Good bet.
And he does take it, and he's going to be hit before he gets to the first down marker. It's going to be a 4th and 1 from the 38-yard line.
Coach Rousseau has a decision to make.
Do we want to call a timeout? That's the question. Coach Ayala should question.
4th and 1, I don't think I would call it.
So 4th down, big call here.
It looks like Vineland's going to go for this.
And that a Millville stop would give them magnificent field position. 4th and a little over a yard. The ball spotted at the 38. So Vineland's going to go to a heavy package. Rousseau will take it. He's got a little hold. He has a first down.
Really smart quarterback sneak. He stepped back and to his right, found that little crease. Very smart football player.
So Thomas Smith is getting up a little slowly. He's up, and first down for Vineland at their own 42-yard line with 2:38 left. But Craig, to your point, if they're going to take timeouts after this play, they should.
Right. Vineland hasn't really shown a propensity to throw the deep ball, so we could, in fact, get the ball back here.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Millville linebackers creeping up. Rousseau takes it himself, and he will get to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Does Millville take a timeout?
Ball be spotted right at the 45.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
No, I think they should. Vineland's just going to keep pounding the ball, and you're not going to get the ball back.
2nd and 7.
Minute 48 and counting. They're happy to go in at halftime, up 16-14.
I really wish Millville would go more to a 5-man defensive front instead of this 3-man front.
Second and 7 from the 45. 1:25 left in the first half. Rousseau will take it himself. Looks for the hole. He's hit. Bounces off the hit. He'll get to the 48. Gain of 3. 3rd and 4.
Well, one thing's evident. You better wrap him up because he bounces off people.
And Millville calls a timeout. We'll take it with him. 1:10 left in the first half. It's 16-14 Vineland. Back after this.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
To find my fit.
In human resources. In engineering technology.
In healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
So guys, 1:10 left in the first half. It's 3rd and 4 for Vineland at their own 48-yard line.
Unbalanced again.
They're going to go in unbalanced again, and Millville's going to go heavy in the box.
Well, they should because Rousseau or the back are going to carry the ball.
And it's going to be a straight handoff, and going nowhere is the running back. And that is going to be Charles Clark gets nothing, and Millville calls timeout. They're going to give him a yard to the 49-yard line. And it's going to be a 4th and 3, and Millville with 1:02 calls another timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 16-14 Vineland back after this.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
And now, back to the game.
Colin Greif is back deep to punt this ball for Vineland. Thomas Smith is waiting for the punt. And it looks like Vineland's going to punt this ball away. Millville will have less than a minute and 1 timeout remaining when they get the ball. And they're going to fake it. They're going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. And they're going to call a flag. They're going to call an interference.
Definitely held him, Rich.
I think he did hold him.
Definitely grabbed his jersey and held him.
Look, Vineland has nothing to lose, so they're gonna pull out all stops. You know, really.
The pass is incomplete. Right. And did he hold him or?
Yes, he grabbed his jersey. I saw it. And it was absolutely. Jamal Wallace Jr. grabbed his shirt. And I don't know if he prevented the reception, but he definitely grabbed his shirt.
Well, if we can go back to the play.
Well, they give points up here with less than a minute to go.
Well, here's the thing. If we can wind that play back, Ryan, hold on just a second. Let's go back to the play. And after the referees are conferring, we're going to find out what the call is. It's going to be an illegal motion against Vineland and a pass interference against Millville. And here's the reason why. Because the receiver was in the tight end position. Now watch here. The receiver, which is the tight end to the far side, is covered up by the wide receiver. He's an ineligible receiver.
So how can you call pass interference on an
ineligible receiver? Correct. And so that, since he's ineligible, then that the interference should not have been called, and Millville should be able to wipe the penalty out and take over at the 48-yard line.
Plus, if you're not lined up correctly, don't they call the play dead before the snap or at the snap?
Well, no, it wasn't a procedure penalty. It was an illegal formation.
And they don't call that?
No.
But they wait till after the play. And Millville should have every right to decline this penalty and take over at the 48-yard line because the receiver was ineligible.
What's Russo out on the field? Of course, it's on the Vineland sideline. I think they may have done that, Rich. I think they may have penalized Vineland.
No.
They didn't mark any penalty yardage off.
So it's just a 4th down.
So Vineland's going to go. No, they're not going to go for it. Well, they may go for it. I'm not going to make any guesses. So Greif is back, and Thomas Smith is back deep for the Thunderbolts. But they've played their hand as far as a fake is concerned.
Well, you'd like to think so. They've seen it.
So the question is, can you commit a pass interference on an ineligible receiver?
Tom Fisher, where are you?
And there is the punt. It's a high, lazy kick. Smith at the 20. Has room. 30. 35. Over the 40. Fumbles the football. And Vineland's got it after the fumble.
Well, I don't want to be the kiss of death, but I've said all yesterday and today coming into this, if Millville's not focused, fumbles the ball, is not picking up first downs, making mistakes like they did on the kickoff, they're going to be in for a dogfight, and that's exactly what they are.
So 45 seconds left, and Millville with their third turnover of the game. Anybody wondering why this game is 16-14 Vineland, look no further than the turnovers.
And Millville would have great field position. I know they only have 45 seconds, but they have at least one timeout.
Russo takes the snap, hands it off. Clark is going to get 3 yards to the 49-yard line. And the clock is going to run. And this could be the last play of the first half.
I think Ryan will be very happy to win at halftime, leading the Group 4 state sectional champs. And they're playing better than Millville.
They certainly are. They're executing well. Millville playing as though they're disinterested. So it's going to be the last play, 3-2, that's it. And that'll be halftime at Gittone Stadium. We have a ball game, folks. At halftime, it's Vineland 16, Millville 14. We'll take a break and come back with halftime festivities right after this.
Changing colors. Life's colors change daily for each of us. We go from happy to sad, anxious to peaceful. There's events we endure and ones we enjoy. The colors of life are always changing, but there's one that's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Come, let us introduce you to him, New Life Church, the church of many colors.
In South Jersey, we do things our own way. We say things out loud, face things head on, and never back down. And that's how we fight cancer. With the most advanced diagnostics, leading-edge technology, and a team of doctors who know how to treat your cancer. And most importantly, we do it right here at the Frank and Edith Scarpa Cancer Center, Vineland, and the Leading Edge Cancer Center, Mullica Hill.
Welcome to The Authority at the Solid Waste Complex, where we can solve all of your waste disposal needs. Here at the Solid Waste Complex, we service the residents of Cumberland County in disposing of their solid waste in a safe, convenient, and inexpensive way. We accept bulk, garbage, recycling, tires, and metals. If it won't fit in your curbside can or won't be picked up by your local municipality on trash day, we're here to help. The process of disposing is easy. When you first arrive at the Solid Waste Complex, you will pull in through the main entrance and follow the paved road to our scale house. Pull onto the scale through the left lane closest to the scale house window. Once your vehicle and waste are weighed, our friendly staff will guide you toward the convenience center. The convenience center is where you will dispose of your waste. Simply follow the paved road and take the ramp up into the area. From there, our staff will direct you to park and dispose in a designated area, depending on what kind of waste you have. Once finished, head back down the ramp towards the scale house for your vehicle to be weighed again. Pay your weight difference at just 4 cents per pound. We accept credit, debit, or cash. However, credit or debit is preferred. As you exit the solid waste complex, you can be happy knowing you disposed of your unwanted items in a safe, convenient, and inexpensive way. Questions? Visit our website at ccia-net.com. Our hours of operation are 7:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
Turnovers 3.
On the last, yeah.
There you have it. That's our very own Vineland High School march.
Hi, I'm Jerry Cavella. I help good businesses become great businesses. Let's face it, every business has gaps. I'm here to help business owners fill those gaps. Consider me the outside view of the inside of your business operation.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
Need something fixed? Think Latour Hardware and Garden Center, your best bet for reliable and lasting repairs. For over 30 years, Latour has been the expert in small engine repairs, lawnmower repairs, blade sharpening, screen and window repair, glass cutting, generator maintenance, and power tool repairs. Latour services all major brands, and whether you visit the store or take advantage of Latour's pickup and delivery service, you'll know your job is being done right. Think hardware, think Latour Hardware and Garden Center. Come on in and get started.
Your smile is more than just your teeth. At Tenbrook Orthodontics, discover the smile you deserve to have. Get more smiles, more affordably priced with Harvard-trained Dr. Tenbrook's 21st century technology. Get Tenbrook's exclusive T1 braces or Invisalign, which gradually delivers a gorgeous smile. 11 locations like Millville, Washington Township, Vineland, and Mullica Hill, Tenbrook Orthodontics. Spend less time, spend less money, have more fun getting the smile you deserve.
Getting the right pair of glasses along with the quality eye care you deserve can be expensive, but not at Ideal Vision, where for a limited time you can get a complete pair of glasses for just $49.95. And right now that includes our comprehensive eye exam. Ideal Vision is where quality meets affordability, from an on-site optical laboratory making same-day eyeglasses available to hundreds of designer frames from the brands you want, all with the lowest prices guaranteed.
We are here for you and your family's vision needs. Call or stop in today at Ideal Vision. You'll be glad you did.
Imagine living without pain. For over 35 years, Doctors Beebe and Doyle have helped thousands of people find relief from all types of pain. Millville Chiropractic Center has 4 doctors on staff specializing in hands-on or light-touch, drug-free pain relief methods. The examination, x-rays, therapies, and adjustments are all performed at one location. Schedule a consultation today. Enjoy life without pain and discomfort. Millville Chiropractic Center, the area's #1 pain relief center.
More than a century ago.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
We are at halftime at Gittone Stadium in Vineland, and Vineland leads this game by a score of 16-14, and Rich Van Noort along with Craig Atkinson. Coach Cerise had to leave us. He is on his way to visit family for Thanksgiving. So, Coach, if you're listening to the broadcast right now, safe travels as you go to see family. And, Craig, if you're a Millville fan, you're probably accusing your team of sleepwalking through the first half.
Right. Notoriously during the year, though, even in the playoff games, we've kind of started off slow. We've had a couple penalties. We've had some turnovers. We let them run a kickoff back on us for a touchdown. Really inexcusable in a situation like that. So we got to come out with a little more focus in the second half and, get our business done and win this football game to go into that final for the Group 4 championship in a week or so.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the halftime stats. And you're wondering why Vineland has a 16-14 lead? Well, they've only got 95 total yards and one penalty for 15 yards, but the big stat, really 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. The interception went right through the hands of Thomas Smith into the Vineland player, Tyrell Powell's hands. And then, of course, Smith then fumbled on the punt. Millville would have had about 45 or 50 seconds with one timeout from midfield to try to score. And, Craig, Millville doesn't need much time to score.
No, that's for sure, Rich. I mean, we've shown all year that we can score virtually, within seconds. We have excellent speed on our wide receivers. The quarterback, Zamont, throws a very nice long pass. So, time is not a factor in this game. And, playing so bad and being only down 2 points is not that bad of a thing. But we still have to kind of get our heads together and play better football that we're absolutely capable of playing.
Let's go ahead to some individual stats for the Thunderbolts. Most of the offense goes through Jacob Zamont, and his stats, 7 of 10 passing for 66 yards with 1 TD and 1 interception. The TD pass was to Lazia Brooks. On to Naeem Sharp. Sharp had 10 carries for 60 yards. The rushing touchdown was scored by Bryceer Hunter from 3 yards out. And, of course, Lazia Brooks had 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown.
So, Rich, I question whether you can commit pass interference on an ineligible receiver. I mean, say an offensive lineman was downfield and the quarterback threw to the lineman and a team interfered with his ability to catch the ball. Is that going to be a penalty?
I don't know. I mean, I would have to ask. The referee that, but correct. I mean, as we saw from that punt formation, we saw that the gunner was on the line of scrimmage, so he was covering up what would be the tight end in that set,
which they did call,
which they did, where they called the penalty on, and you should not be able to call that pass interference if that player is ineligible, which we were trying to say the entire time. Now the offense for Vineland runs through Daniel Russo. He's done a great job. 15 carries for 64 yards for Russo, 3 of 3 passing for 16 yards, and by eating up those runs and getting those 4 and 5 yard gains, Craig, Vineland's been able to eat up the clock. They held the ball for 13 minutes and 58 seconds.
Right, that's what most teams are trying to do against Millville is keep the ball away from their offense. Obviously, we're a high-powered, high-scoring offense, therefore you want to keep the ball on the ground and run away as much time as you can, and pick up a few first down, which Vineland did. I mean, we talked about at halftime where Millville's employing the 3-5, and Russo's basically running off tackle for that 3 and 4 yard gain, and it doesn't take too many of them to get a first down. So, I think we need to go to a 5-man front, to be honest with you, and stop that off-tackle play with our defensive ends, defensive tackles, and try to stop Vineland from consuming a lot of time off the clock.
So, Craig, what would you think if Millville just did away with their safety and went zero coverage and then dropped that safety in the box and put too many men for Vineland to deal with?
Nothing wrong with that, Vineland has not shown they can throw the ball real effectively over the course of the first half. And, our safety is basically wasted back there. And you could definitely, get some run support help by, changing that defense up a little bit.
So we're getting ready to start the second half. Millville held the ball in the first half for 10 minutes and 2 seconds. Vineland for 13 minutes and 58 seconds. And they were aided by 3 Millville turnovers. So when you're talking about this game shouldn't be close, well, guess what? Vineland came to play, and Millville has absolutely played subpar football for them. And they're going to have to play better football in the second half as they will kick it off to Vineland.
And Rich, I don't want to harp on that call again, but, I just thought of something. They made the wrong penalty against Vineland. That's ineligible receiver downfield. It's not a procedure penalty because it's ineligible receiver downfield. So can you have a pass interference on an ineligible receiver downfield? Right?
Well, that's I'd like to have an answer from anybody who is well-versed.
But Millville showed that they can move the ball pretty quickly when they're running it with 2 backs in the backfield.
So Reynes will kick it away. And this has been an adventure for Millville, obviously, with the Hitchens touchdown. We're ready for second half action, and there's the boot from Reynes. It's a high end-over-ender. That's Clark at the 11. Looks for room, and he's going to be taken down just outside the 20-yard line. That's where Vineland will have it 1st and 10.
Well, I'm sure Coach Ayala made a point to the kickoff team that we're opening the second half with kickoff. You guys better get down there and make a tackle. So nice coverage on that time by the outside of the kickoff team.
1st and 10 at the Vineland 22-yard line.
They have no pressure. There's no weight on their shoulders of added emphasis.
2-point Vineland lead. They'll do what they've been doing the whole game and empty the backfield. Millville stays in what Craig dreads as the 3-man down lineman. Now they creep their linebackers in. And Russo is going to get a couple yards. He's going to get to about the 26. It's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
That's my point right there. The linebacker missed the tackle on that. When the outside linebacker misses that tackle, he's going to gain 4, maybe 5 yards, which he did on that play. So, the linebacker has to basically rush to get to a stop at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, 6 from the 26. And Millville is dropping the safety down and creating a bigger box. And now a 6-man box, and Russo's going nowhere. He may get a yard to the 27, but that's it.
And, this is a big series for Millville. They have to make a statement here. They're getting beat and by a team that only has 3 wins all year. And, the first series kind of will possibly dictate the entire second half of this football game.
3rd down and 5 from the 27-yard line for Vineland. Millville is going 0 coverage over the top, and they're dropping that safety in the box. So the safety's now going to read the quarterback. Russo's going to throw it out, and it's caught, but for a loss. Nope, they're going to say incomplete. So it'll bring up a 4th down. First incomplete pass for Russo. And it'll bring up a 4th and 5.
So Millville should be able to get a pretty good field position after this punt. Nice 3-down series there for the Bolts, and hopefully there's going to be some good field position with Smith being back. He's got to hold on to the ball, though.
So it appears as though Vineland will punt.
Right.
And Grafe is back deep. Smith back deep for Millville, standing at his own 44-yard line. And there's a snap, and Millville not putting a lot of pressure on the punter, and Smith will let it hit, and he will knock it out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and that's where Millville will have it 1st and 10.
Good punt by Grafe that time. He got good spiral on that football, turned over, and Smith wasn't able to catch it. So they didn't really pin us back too far, but decent field position for the Thunderbolts.
So 1st and 10 for Millville at the 31-yard line. Glad you can join us on QBC TV 22. Also YouTube. and also Facebook Live. Well, on all sorts of platforms. Craig Atkinson gets reach worldwide now.
As well I should.
They mark it at the 32-yard line. So Millville starts from there, and they go 2 wides each side with Bryceer Hunter, the running back.
Millville's offense takes the field for the first.
First and 10. Zamat takes the handoff. Excuse me, the snap. Center screen. It goes to Smith, who drops it.
So that's like the third drop by Smith in this football game. So, somebody's got to say something to him. And, he had a missed pass for an interception. He fumbled a punt. Now he drops the screen pass. So, you got to kind of get on him a little bit and give him something to turn that focus around.
Second and 10 from the 32. Zamat back to pass. Here's the rush. He's got a man. It's way over Hale's head. Incomplete. So Hale was open. Those little short hitches had been there all day, Craig.
Yeah, but that's a long pass to complete. I mean, they're on the right hash, and he was outside the left hash. That's a long pass. A lot of time for the ball to be in the air, and it's kind of a scary pass to do that.
So Millville will go trips to the far side. Third down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Zamat back, looks. He looks. He's got a man down the field, and it's caught. Coming across the field, and that is Smith, who catches the ball down at the 44-yard line. 24 yards to Smith on a first down.
So Smith back in the good graces of Zaman, I guess, but we have two receivers in almost the exact same area, so I can't really understand that either.
First and 10 at the Vineland 44-yard line. Hunter is the setback, trips to the far side. Zamat back to pass, looks, he's got a man over the middle, it's caught by Levan. Inside the 30, it was tipped, but Levan kept his concentration to the 23-yard line. That's a 21-yard gain.
That's a great catch by Levan. That was tipped, and he still caught it just on a seam pattern and made a nice grab on that deflected ball.
At the 23-yard line of Vineland, first and 10. Handoff, Hunter up the gut, goes forward, he plows, he will get about 2, maybe 3 yards before.
Millville's had some good, on this first drive, Millville's had some really good success with their passing game. Picked up about 2 or 3 yards on that off-tackle play to Hunter.
Second down, 7 from the 20-yard line. Levan and Hale to the near side. Smith and Brooks to the far side. Hunter, the running back. Second and 7 for Millville. Zamat takes the snap. He's going to fake. Looks down the middle. He's got a man. He's caught. Touchdown. Thomas Smith from 20 yards out, and Millville takes the lead.
So Thomas Smith showed me up, didn't he, Rich?
Right away.
Right away. I mean, Millville goes with a little play action there, which we don't really show a lot of play action passing during the season, and a little fake, a little bootleg type action, and Smith had that skinny little post right over the middle, and it was a nice pass delivered by Zamat.
And Reynes will come on for the extra point. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:35 left, third quarter. It's Millville 21, Vineland 16. Back after this.
General Tire was born right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
See how they respond.
21-16 Thunderbolts, and they will kick off.
So I'm sure the Millville fans are feeling a lot better than they were before.
Diaz, along with Clark back deep, and Clark has it at the 12. Looks for a hole, and it's not there, but he spins out of a tackle. But Millville wraps him up at the 26, maybe the 27, and that's where Vineland will have it 1st and 10.
Again, good coverage on that, although we could have had him down before that, but made a good hit on the play. Again, didn't wrap their arms, and he was able to squirm out, gain a couple more yards.
So 8:27 left in the third quarter, and Vineland takes over 1st and 10, and Vineland's going to change it up and go to a more heavy package. They're going to one wide to each side. Charles Clark is the running back. Russo, the quarterback. And then Millville jumps. Is it going to be an offside or an illegal procedure?
Offsides on Millville.
The offside to be a 1st and 5 for the Thunderbolts.
You know, basically what you have to tell people is watch the football. You don't listen to the quarterback's count. You watch the football on the defensive line. And we just haven't done that many times this year.
1st and 5 for Vineland. Handoff Clark into the line, and he gets gobbled up, and he will have maybe a yard. Yeah, so Ryan says he's gobbled up on Thanksgiving. I made a funny.
Thanks.
How about
Day
that?
Reference. Very good, Rich.
There you go.
I'm proud of you.
So it's 2nd down and 4 after the 1-yard gain by Clark. He's got 6 carries for 14 yards on the day. 2nd down, 4 for Vineland. And he'll hand it off. And no, he'll keep it. Fake me out. And he gets a yard to the 34-yard line. Gain of 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
So Millville did go to that 5-man front at this point, Rich. On that play, anyway.
So it's 3rd down and 3, and what could be another big stop for Millville if they want to keep the momentum going and they stop them here. They can really put Vineland on their heels. Third down, 3 for Vineland. 1 wide to each side. Clark, the running back. Russo at quarterback, and he's going to be back to pass. Throws a slant, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Great play by Brooks on Hitchens.
Right. Closed on that ball very fast. Just a simple slant pattern to try to pick up the 1st down. And Brooks was able to not interfere with the guy and come and block the pass down, knock it down with his hand. So, I questioned Brooks, obviously a great player, even on defense. I mean, over the year, he's done a great job on the defensive side, being a cornerback, and he's got the speed, so you might want to throw the other way if you're trying to complete a pass.
Thomas Smith back deep for the Thunderbolts, waiting for Greif's punt.
Again, we got to hold on to the football.
Well, we have to make sure that Vineland punts.
True.
And there's the snap and the punt. A low end-over-ender, and Smith will pick it up at the 29. Makes a move, has the near sideline. He's got a block. He's in the Vineland territory, and they're going to call a hold against Millville, I can tell.
What else?
2 flags go.
What else? What else? Still going to get good field position there, Rich. Nice run back by Smith.
The ball will go back into Millville territory. It looks like at the 47 of Millville after the 10-yarder. And here's the run by Smith. Had a great run, and there was a hold. Certainly, I hate agreeing with the refs. I don't want to do that.
Sometimes they make a good call.
They do. So the ball's going to be placed at the 46-yard line.
You really fought me on that pass interference on the ineligible receiver, too. He did grab his jersey.
So Millville has it with 6:55 left in the third quarter, 1st and 10 at their own 46. Great job by Smith to not let that ball go deeper into Millville territory.
Right.
Here comes a linebacker blitz. They get it. Levan, he's wide open. 45, 50, 40. Inside the 40. And Craig, they really laid off of him in the slot. And Zamat spotted him and gave it to him on that little simple hitch.
Right. And that's what happens. I mean, when you start throwing the ball and you're having success, those cornerbacks and safeties back off. They have to.
Zamat back to pass, looks down the field. He's got a man, and it's nearly caught. It's underthrown. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Zamat faked to the open guy and threw to the receiver that was double covered. So, he kind of mistook the open man for covered and threw to try to get it jamming in there to Brooks and force it in there, and two defenders right there.
2nd and 10 from the Vineland 37. Two wides to each side. They're going to hand it off to Sharp. Sharp's got room. He gets inside the 35, near the 32-yard line. It's going to be a 5-yard gain for Sharp, 3rd and 5.
And really, Rich, that's a nice running play. When the safety has to come up and make the tackle, that's a nice running play.
3rd down, 5.
Again, probably 4-down territory here if we need it.
6-man box for Vineland. Back to pass, Zamat. Looks. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to his left. He's got Sharp. And Sharp will try to make something happen. He can. He's going to lose yardage back to the 39.
Yeah, so Vineland got good penetration that time and flushed Zamat out of the pocket. He's trying to make something happen by hitting Sharp over in the flat, but Vineland was there. Big loss, like a 10-yard loss on that, right?
Loss of 7 back to the 39-yard line, and will Millville go for it here on 4th and 12, or will they punt it? And it looks like the offense is on the field, Craig. That decision's been made, it looks like. 4th and 12 from the 39-yard line.
I might punt this one myself with a lead, pin Vineland back, maybe inside the 20.
Zamat back to pass, looks. He's flushed out. He's trying to get away. He gets away from the tackle. Now he looks, throws it down the field, and the ball is thrown away. Incomplete, and Vineland will take over on downs.
Yeah, Rich, that's kind of like, again, they got good penetration from the outside and flushed him out of the pocket, and he'd probably been better off if he tucked that and ran it. That ball really couldn't have been caught. Tough pass when you're rolling to your right. You're trying to throw a 40-yard pass when you're rolling out. It's tough for a high school kid to do.
Ball's marked at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Vineland. Now a flag, and it's going to be against Vineland. So an illegal participation penalty against Vineland, and it'll bring up a 1st and 15. Tyrell Powell to the far side, Hitchens to the near side.
Looks like Millville is kind of employing that 5-man front on each down at this point, Rich. Trying to stop that off tackle.
8 in the box, and then there's the running play. And getting yard is Clark. So they're going to give him 2 to the 37-yard line. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. So Millville's loading up the box with 8.
Which they had to do. I mean, Vineland was kind of chewing us on the ground. I mean, they weren't 6 and 8-yard gains, but they were 3 and 4-yard gains.
13 yards ago.
2nd down, 13 for Vineland. Ball at the 37-yard line. Russo takes the snap. Hand off straight up the gut. He's got the trap. It works.
He's got one man to beat.
He's got one man to beat. He's not going to beat Brooks as they take him down inside the 25-yard line.
So really just a straight handoff off tackle play and caught Millville maybe in a blitz. I don't know. I didn't see the replay, but broke out in the open and was able to pick up a really good gain on that.
40 yards for Clark.
That's a pretty good gain on a running play.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Millville 23-yard line. Rousseau, handoff. And he goes to DJ Clark, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 26. It's going to be a loss of 3.
Good penetration also by number 57, Jaden Jones. Made a nice play on that.
Brings up a 2nd down and 13.
2nd and 12.
You got to give Vineland a lot of credit, Rich. They're not giving up. Yeah, they're still plugging away at it, even though they're down by 5 points.
2nd and 13. Powell to the far side. They'll bring Hitchens to the short side of the field. Rousseau at quarterback. Rousseau takes the snap, back to pass. He looks, he's got the slant, and the ball's incomplete.
Kind of open, that slant pattern, and when you're playing back a little bit, kind of opens it up. Oh, a penalty, another penalty. Oh, my goodness. What? It's on Brooks. What are we doing? What is going on?
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike against Millville. It's a 1st and goal. So, no, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
That's a shame. I mean, the play's over. It's done. You have them 3rd and 13, and you give them a 1st down. That is ludicrous. I'm sorry, but that's just ludicrous. You can't do stuff like that in this football game.
And that's near a 1st down. It's a half the distance penalty. And they're going to give him the 1st down at the 13. First and 10 from the Millville 13-yard line.
13 now for Vineland. Rousseau takes the snap.
Handoff into the gut, and it goes to Clark, and he gets back to the 13-yard line, and that's it.
Very disheartening when you have plays like that in a football game.
2nd and 10 for Vineland. Clock now 2:40 left, 3rd quarter. Millville up by 5.
Especially being an ex-football coach. I mean, you just can't have things like that. That's just ridiculous. That's just immaturity.
2nd and 10. Rousseau back to pass. Looks, he has the slant, and it's knocked away by Tysier Brown.
Good play by Brown there, closing in on that slant pattern. Looked like almost pass interference, but no penalty flag on that.
But he didn't have his left arm wrapped around him.
Correct,
Craig.
correct.
So he came over the top and knocked it away. So as long as you're not wrapping that off arm, it's no interference. So it brings up a 3rd and 10 from the Millville 13-yard line.
2 big plays coming up here for the Thunderbolts. They really put themselves in a bad position now.
Still get a 1st down, a touchdown.
So Powell and Hitchens to the far side, and they bring 2 wides to the near side. And they're going to go with a pop pass, and the ball is going to be intercepted.
No.
They're going to say out of bounds, incomplete. I like to see that. I like to see the replay because I thought Brooks's right foot came down in bounds. So here's Brooks. Can't tell from this angle, but he catches it, And where's his right foot? His right foot came down inbounds. His left foot came down after the right foot. But they're going to call for the field goal. They're going to say he was out of bounds, and it will be an incomplete pass. So Greif's going to have a field goal attempt from 30 yards. He's made from 35 earlier. Snap, ball down. The kick is up, and the kick is wide, no good. 2:06 left in the third quarter. It's Millville 21, Vineland 16. Back after this timeout.
Hey parents, there's something you should know. If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
First and 10 for Millville at their own 20-yard line. 2 wides to each side. Handed off, Hunter around right side. He gets up the field. He'll be tackled about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Just the design sweep on that time to Hunter. Had a pretty good gain. Millville kind of getting a little conservative down in their own territory, but nothing wrong with that.
Two wides to each side, 2nd down for Millville. 2nd and 6 from the 24. Now they fake to Brooks, hand it to Hunter, and Hunter will get near a first down. And it looks like they will mark him at the 30. It'll be a first down, gain of 6. So first down, Millville.
No, they didn't call first down, Rich.
The ball is touching the 30-yard line, so it is a first down.
Has to be, right?
Correct. So first and 10 from the 30. So they'll go trips to the near side. And Millville, with that trips, they outflank Vineland. Now they bring up a safety. They hand it the quick hitter to Bryceer Hunter, who just plows ahead to the 36. That's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Nice running play by Hunter that time. Kept his legs moving, kept his legs pumping, and was able to pick up a really good gain on first down.
2nd down. 4 yards to go for the first.
So Millville will again go trips to the near side.
You got single coverage in all their trips, Rich.
Hunter is the setback. 2nd down and 4. They're going to hand it right off to Hunter again. He's got the first down and a lot more. He's into the Vineland secondary inside the 40-yard line, down to the 37.
Just a quick hitter right up the middle to Hunter. Made a great run on that. Good blocking by the offensive line. Gets us down well inside Vineland territory. Vineland's really concerned about these trips, which obviously have to be with Brooks, Hale, and Levan. But kind of open up the middle.
So an official's timeout for an injured player on the field will take it with him. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Millville driving up 5. Back after this.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to find my fit
in human resources,
in engineering technology, in healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
5.6 seconds left at Gittone Stadium in the third quarter, and Millville with the only points of the second half. There was a Thomas Smith 20-yard pass from Zamat, because I'm sure that Thomas Smith was in the huddle saying, you know, Atkinson was dissing me. So I got to catch a touchdown pass.
He got me back, didn't he?
Yeah. He did, and how?
Or maybe he listened to what I said and start focusing a little more and holding on to the ball.
So Millville driving here, and this drive so far has been all Bryce Hunter. And the injured player for Millville is Joshawn Serrano.
Vineland.
Vineland. And so it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts at the Vineland 37-yard line. Back to action. And Zamat's back to pass. Looks down the field, escapes pressure, and now he's going to be sacked. He's taken down at the 42-yard line for a loss of 5 as the third quarter ends. 21-16 Millville, back after this.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Changing colors. Life's colors change daily for each of us. We go from happy to sad, anxious to peaceful. There's events we endure and ones we enjoy. The colors of life are always changing, but there's one that's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Come, let us introduce you to him, New Life Church, the church of many colors.
And now, back to the game.
And welcome back, everybody. Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Gittone Stadium, Millville.
2nd and 15 from the Vineland 42-yard line. And now we have a flag. And it looks like this could be against Millville for another motion penalty.
For some reason, as Coach Ray said, we have difficulty maintaining our stance on the motion. I don't know whether it's taking too long because of that motion or what, but we're definitely moving on all motion plays.
So now we're at 2nd and 20. The ball at the 47-yard line.
2nd and 20 here for the Thunderbolts following the sack and the penalty.
Zamat takes the snap, back to pass. He's going to throw. He's got a man, and it's caught. Teron Hale avoids one tackle, and he's going to have the first down inside the 30 at the 26-yard line, gain of 21.
That's a nice throw by Zamat there, Rich. Really nice throw from one hash to the other. Hale on a comeback pattern. Really nice pass. Good move. Picks up the first down.
At the 26 of Vineland, 1st and 10. Ball is bobbled but handled by Hunter to avoid the fumble. And he actually gets positive yardage on a play that really didn't start off very well.
That's for sure. And, Hunter was very heads up to grab that ball because it kind of bounced off Zamat's hands right into his, luckily. And we gained some yardage on that. So
2nd down and 8 from the Vineland 24-yard line.
Again, turnover is going to kill you, Rich, so we got to stay out of the turnover arena.
Already 3 turnovers for Millville.
But in the first half.
So Millville will go even on the wide receivers with 2 to each side. 2nd down and 8 from the 24. Zamat back to pass, throws it down the middle. He's got Smith Diving catch inside the 5 down to the 1. 23 yards to Thomas Smith and a 1st and goal at the 1.
Wow, what a catch, what a throw. Fantastic catch by Smith. I stand corrected, Rich, okay? Nobody's going to let me, they're not going to let me live this down.
1st and goal at the 1, handoff. Hunter straight ahead, and Vineland stiffens.
Rich has Sharp played in the second half. I haven't
seen him.
notice.
2nd and goal from the 1. Hunter back in the game. Last carry was by Demir White. They give it to Hunter. He's in for the touchdown.
Just a straight dive play, good block for a touchdown for Millville. Yeah, I haven't noticed whether, I hope Sharp didn't get hurt, but, I mean, Millville has some good, aside from Sharp, we have some really good running backs. I mean, Hunter is a tough kid, and who's the other one? I think we have another running back that's really good, too.
Demir White.
Demir White, yeah, right.
Reynes on for the extra point. Here's the kick. It is up, and it doinks and goes in. 10:18 left in the 4th quarter. It's Millville 28, Vineland 16. Back after this.
In South Jersey, we do things our own way. We say things out loud, face things head on, and never back down. And that's how we fight cancer. With the most advanced diagnostics, leading-edge technology, and a team of doctors who know how to treat your cancer. And most importantly, we do it right here at the Frank and Edith Scarpa Cancer Center, Vineland, and the Leading Edge Cancer Center, Mullica Hill.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Millville will kick off after the 1-yard run by Bryceer Hunter. And there is your scoring drive, Craig. 10 plays, 80 yards in 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
And that's a good scoring drive by Millville to go up by, 12 points in the 4th quarter. And hopefully they can hold Vineland and get the ball back and maybe score again, which would put this game away.
So Reynes will kick it off. Back deep is Diaz along with DJ Clark for Vineland.
And one of the things you can't do is let them run it back for a touchdown.
There's the kick. It's going to go to DJ Clark at the 11. Looks for a hole. There is none. Gets tackled at the 24-yard line. They'll mark it. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where they are going to mark it. Now another flag flies. So looks like Millville's pointing to Vineland this time. Looks like somebody got chatty down there. And so they're marking, it looks like another unsportsmanlike penalty. They're marking down the guilty party. And it will be a half the distance penalty if it's against Vineland. So that will make it a first down, and I believe 10 from the 12-yard line. Russo takes the snap, looks for a pass. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it, and there was Hitchens about 10 yards from the ball, so the ball falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
And that was a nice job by Russo that time, Rich. I mean, he dodged the tackle, rolled out a little bit, was able to get, the ball off. That's not illegal grounding, so nice play by the Vineland quarterback on that. Good pass rush by Millville to flush him out of the pocket also.
And with the new rule in high school now, if you're out of that tackle box, as long as that ball gets back to the line of scrimmage, and certainly Russo is out of the tackle box.
Right.
So 2nd and 10, one wide receiver each side from the 12-yard line. Russo takes the snap, straight ahead handoff to the 15-yard line goes Clark, Charles Clark. So 3 yards, it'll bring him up a 3rd down and 7. 10 carries, 59 yards for Clark.
So really Vineland is in a passing situation for the rest of this game at this point in time. If they run the ball, they're going to chew up too much of the clock. They're going to have to start throwing it, and that's going to mean their offensive line's got to give Russo some good protection to get the ball off.
3rd and 7 for Vineland at their own 15-yard line. Back to pass, throws it down. The ball is caught and then knocked out of the hands of Hitchens by Tysier Brown.
Tysier Brown made a nice recovery on that. It didn't look like it was going to be completed, but Hitchens made a really nice grab after it was kind of tipped, and then Brown was able to knock it out of his grasp at the very last second.
Great play by Brown, and down 12 is Vineland going to punt. Certainly Greif is on the field to punt.
Rich, they almost have to punt. I mean, you can't give Millville the ball on the 15-yard line going in. So even though the situation's getting difficult for Vineland, they can't give Millville the ball on the 15. It's a definite punting situation. Even I would throw a fake would be very risky in this situation.
So Greif standing at his goal line, waiting for the snap. There it is, and he punts the ball away. A high, lazy kick. Takes a Millville roll, and it'll be down at the 31-yard line. Closer to the 30-yard line, and Millville will have great field position after the 15-yard punt.
Right, so Millville should be able to take some time off the clock with this possession and possibly even score again.
Ball spotted at the Vineland 30-yard line. Millville takes over 1st and 10, 9:05 left in the game. So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts. Hale and Dante Smith go to the far side. Brooks and Levan to the near side. Hunter, the running back, takes the snap around left side. He's got plenty of room, plenty of blockers inside the 20. They call a hold, surprise, surprise, against Millville.
Really nice play that time by Hunter, bouncing it outside.
And they're going to call on Dante Smith, and that was a great block by Smith.
Yeah,
I don't see how that's a hold.
You can't just call, because guys are locked up. I mean, if the defensive guy grabs the offensive guy, you can't just call that. I mean, for holding, because the defensive guy is initiating the hold. So, I don't know. Maybe there's a special emphasis on holding this year, but I don't see other teams getting called for this too much.
1st and 11. Levan has it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line, and that's a 9-yard gain for Levan.
Just a little hook pattern, 9-yard hook pattern by Levan. Just plant that outside foot, turn around, Zamont made a nice pass, drilled that ball right into him.
2nd down and 2 for the Thunderbolts at the 22-yard line. Zamont back to pass, throws it out. It's got Dante Smith. Smith jukes one guy and gets the first down at the 29-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play for Smith and a first down.
Really nice extra effort that time. After a hit, he was able to pick up the first down with that extra effort. Gives Millville good field position, scoring position at this point.
Clock continues to run, now getting ready to go under 8 minutes. And now we have an official's timeout for an injured Vineland player. We'll take it with him. 7:59 left in the game, 28-16 Millville. Back after this timeout.
Welcome to The Authority at the Solid Waste Complex, where we can solve all of your waste disposal needs. Here at the Solid Waste Complex, we service the residents of Cumberland County in disposing of their solid waste in a safe, convenient, and inexpensive way. We accept bulk, garbage, recycling, tires, and metals. If it won't fit in your curbside can or won't be picked up by your local municipality on trash day, we're here to help.
And now, back to the game.
No question. No question.
I look for big things next year.
7:59 left in the fourth quarter, and Millville leads this game 28-16. And we were talking during the break, Craig, about the play of Jacob Zamont.
Yeah, he's just matured as a quarterback throughout the course of this year, and can't say enough about his, abilities and leadership at this point in time.
1st and 10 from the Vineland 19-yard line. 2 wides each side for the Thunderbolts. Zamont takes the snap, looks, goes into the end zone. It's over the head of Teron Hale, incomplete.
Just a little bit high. Hale was not able to jump for that ball. Not a badly thrown ball. I mean, that's a ball that's not going to be intercepted, and it's giving his offensive receiver a chance to make the catch, but don't want to throw that interception in that situation.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. Hunter is the running back. 2 wides to each side for the Thunderbolts.
Brooks with one-on-one coverage on the near side.
Zamont hands off to Hunter on a quick trap. Good cutback inside the 15. He's going to be marked down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 6. 3rd down and 4.
Another good run by Hunter. Manageable 3rd down. We are in 4-down territory, obviously, but another good run by Hunter. Strong runner, hits the hole fast. I'm just hoping Sharp is not injured at this point in time.
3rd down and 4, ball at the 13-yard line. The pop pass goes to Freddie Levan. He's inside the 10, down near the 5. So that will count as a pass.
Rich, we have so many weapons. It's unbelievable. Our skill positions and even our offensive line. I mean, we have so much skill. Northern Highlands has got their work cut out for them next week when they play the Millville Thunderbolts.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Zamont back to pass to Levan in the end zone, knocked away. Good defensive play for Vineland will come as Mark Mutcherson.
Very nice play on that slant pattern by Levan. Mutcherson was able to close that gap quickly, knock it away for an incomplete pass.
So Jacob Zamont today is 17 of 26 with 1 interception for 205 yards.
And really, Rich, that pass was on the money. I mean, that could have been completed very easily.
2nd and goal from the 5. Hunter's the running back.
Looks like Brooks is in the Wildcat at this point, Rich.
2nd down, goal. Brooks is going to follow Hunter around left side. He will have a touchdown. 5 yards for Brooks and a touchdown.
And that's just speed. That's just sheer speed right there, outrunning the defense to the corner of the end zone and getting that ball in. And again, that's something Northern Highlands is going to have to worry about, practice against. I'm sure they're scouting this game. They'll get the video, and that presents a problem. I mean, that's a big problem for defensive when you have a guy in a Wildcat that runs a 4.340 direct snap down near the end zone and able to just outrun a defense to that corner.
Reynes on for the extra point out of Breon Cobb's hold. Snap, ball down, kick up and kick good. 6:48 left in the ball game. Millville up now 35-16. Back after this timeout.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
2:18. So they've finally taken control of the game.
So we're going to be kicking off for the 25 because we got another unsportsmanlike after that extra point.
So that is the 10th penalty for Millville for 83 yards on the day. And that is the 122nd penalty against Millville this year. And so Reynes will kick off from the 25-yard line. Let's go to the scoring drive.
They're not listening to my age group. It's like episode of SpongeBob. Can't say number 11.
7 plays, 30 yards in 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
It was kind of nice.
And Millville finally takes control of the game. And what's been happening in the second half is what we really expected in the first half. But, you know, when you have a team that kind of sleepwalks through it and then a team like Vineland who wants to play and win, you get a competitive first half.
Yes, you do. And, yeah, Millville was losing at the end of the first half. Really inexcusable, though. I mean, again, Coach Saray's touched on lack of focus, fumbles, interceptions, kickoff return for a touchdown. Really not a very good performance in the first half by the Bolts, but they came back in the second half and redeemed themselves.
There's the kick. It's going to go to Diaz at the 29. And he's going to be tackled before he reaches the 40. So Vineland has it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. 6:41 left in the game.
Well, Rich, at this point in time, Vineland's going to have to fill the air with footballs. You know, they're down 19 points with 6:41 to go in the game. They got to score some points quickly if they want to get back in this game and end up winning it. So, see how they handle this situation.
1st and 10 for Vineland at the 39-yard line. They will, again, empty the backfield. They're going to go 5 wides, trips to the far side. They're going to fake, and then they've got Russo pinned in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, we had 3 guys on penetration there, and there was really nowhere for Russo to go. I think we're back to the 3-5 because of the passing situations at this point in the game, Rich.
2nd down 11 for Vineland. Again, trips to the near side, 2 to the far side as they empty the backfield. Russo will take it again, and he goes straight ahead, and he gets nothing. Maybe a yard, depending on the spot. Looks like no gain for Russo, so 3rd down and 11.
I don't know whether Vineland's satisfied with this result at this point, but I mean, as an ex-quarterback, I'd be throwing the football over the place at this point. Plus, I'd be in a hurry-up offense.
And now we have another flag. Who is this against?
Really, you're not missing anything at the camera shop because none of these have been seen. Again, verbiage on scores.
So we'll check. They're gonna converse, and it looks like it came from the linesman. Now, either it came from the Vineland bench or it was one of the Millville cornerbacks.
I think they're calling it on Vineland, but I'm not sure, Rich. But, at this point, kind of put the flag in your pocket, for goodness sake, right?
So it's going to be against Vineland for unsportsmanlike conduct, and that person is out, whoever that person is. So they tossed someone from the game. We don't know who that player is. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty against Vineland. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 26.
Didn't they used to have microphones on the referees for games so they could announce the penalty and who it was on in high school?
They did.
Did they do away with that?
Apparently. 3rd and 26 for Vineland. Rousseau back to pass. He's going to throw it down the middle. It's going to be picked off. Picked off by Asir Cornish, and he returns it back to the 19-yard line.
And that's the problem when you run into when you have to throw the ball to get back in the game. You're going to throw incompletions and you're going to throw interceptions. So Cornish made a nice play on that ball. Underneath coverage, came out of his linebacker position, and ball was kind of underthrown a little bit, and he was able to make the interception.
So the ball marked at the 20-yard line is going to be 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts, deep in Vineland territory. And, of course, now they're going to have Joey Zamot in the game.
Haven't seen him too much all year.
Demir White's the running back. He's going to try to get around left edge. And he reverses field, up the field, inside the 15-yard line. And after all that, he actually gained 7 yards.
Team speed, Rich. I mean, we just outran the defense that time and able to make a good gain on a play that looked like it was going to do nothing at that point.
So Millville has backups in the lineup. They have Joey Zamot in, Demir White at running back. A lot of white jersey, and that ball goes over the head. Looks like a procedure penalty against Millville, which is a surprise, of course, because we've had no flags today.
Thank God for the penalty. That could have been disastrous.
That'll bring the ball back to the 18-yard line, and it'll bring up a 17-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
So I often wonder why, when they put their backup center in, they don't get under center with the quarterback instead of having him, do that snap, which I'm sure he's not well practiced at.
Handoff White, and he is met and dropped for a 3-yard loss. Brings up a 3rd down and 10. And Millville just content to run clock.
And I would say keep it on the ground here. Although, it'd be nice to have Joey Zamot get some experience throwing the ball. I would say keep it on the ground for the next 2 plays and try to run this clock down.
And a fumble, and Demir White will recover it for a 5-yard loss. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 15.
You can feel those jitters and the timing be a little off.
Again, just a situation where
looks like Millville's going to let the clock run down to 1 second, the play clock, and then call a timeout. Now Millville does call the timeout. 2:34 left in the game, 35-16 Millville. Back after this timeout.
Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
2:34 left in the game, and Jaden Reynes is going to attempt a 42-yard field goal.
I don't understand this call. What are we trying to achieve here? Rich?
Well, to see if he can kick a 42-yard field goal, obviously. This would be his longest of the year. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is just short. No good. It would have been good from 40. That was very, very close.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding the rationale behind that.
So with 2:29 left, Vineland takes over. So Vineland has it 1st and 10 at their own 20. So going back into the years, this we're talking about decades. In this decade, the 2020s, Millville will have a 3-0 edge. Millville in the last decade won 6-4. And in the 2000s, they also won 6-4. Millville was 9-1 in the 1990s. So
closing the gap, right, Rich?
And Russo back to pass, throws it down the middle. It's tipped and nearly caught. Incomplete.
But
there's no flag. The ball is tipped. There is no interference on a tipped ball.
We have flag down.
So then the referee says, yes, the ball was tipped, so there is no interference. So it'll be 2nd and 10, Craig?
Yep, we do have some younger guys playing on defense now. It's great, and it's great that we're able to get some of the younger kids some experience in this Thanksgiving Day Classic. Something for them to build upon next year.
So 2nd and 10 for Vineland at their own 20-yard line. Deep ball to Hitchens, and the ball is knocked away. Nice defensive play for Millville. That's Jamel Harris.
Right. Nice defensive play. Stayed right with Hitchens. Made a good play to break up that pass.
So Jamel Harris, the junior. And then there is a... wait a minute. We have Laundry in the backfield. So we're sharing the booth with some other broadcasters. I think the running joke is if they want to clean some laundry, they put plenty of it on the field today.
Yes. Holding on Vineland.
Which Millville should really just decline and make it a 3rd and 10, but they're going to take the penalty of the 10-yard penalty And no pass, so no incomplete pass. 5 penalties, 57 yards for Vineland today. And it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Rousseau is going to take it on himself, and he'll be dragged down at about the 13-yard line. Gain of 3 for Rousseau. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 17 as the clock will be under a minute with this next play. And another flag is thrown. Look, the turkey dinner's getting cold.
Right. Or it's going to get burnt.
It was piping hot until all these penalties were called. And so it's going to be against Vineland. It'll be a half the distance penalty.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct, Rich.
You know what? I don't think I've seen an unsportsmanlike play in this game. No.
So the clock is now running, and the best thing, what do we have here?
Timeout, maybe?
Timeout, Millville. 56 seconds left in the game. 35-16 Thunderbolts back after this timeout.
Need something fixed? Think Latour Hardware and Garden Center, your best bet for reliable and lasting repairs. For over 30 years, Latour has been the expert in small engine repairs, lawnmower repairs, blade sharpening, screen and window repair, glass cutting, generator maintenance, and power tool repairs. Latour services all major brands, and whether you visit the store or take advantage of Latour's pickup and delivery service, you'll know your job is being done right. Think hardware, think Latour Hardware and Garden Center. Come on in and get started.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
To do our job.
That was it.
3rd down and 23. Ball at the 7.
Under a minute to go. Rousseau.
Handoff. It goes to Clark, who's caught from behind after a gain of a yard. And now we have more pushing.
So now really we need to have the coaches intervene here with both teams and not let this get out of hand.
And now is there a timeout on the field?
Clock stopped.
The best thing that they can do is put the ball down, start the clock, and let it run out. It's going to be a 4th down and 22.
I think we might have called timeout. I don't know.
I stopped trying to figure out things long ago, Craig. So
the best thing we can do is just let the clock run out.
And Vineland's going to punt the ball. And back deep for Millville is Sam Lopez. And there's the punt. It's line drive, kick. It's going to hit a Vineland player. And Millville picks it up, which they can. Lopez down the side, and another flag on the field. He gets in for the touchdown, but guess what? It's going to come back on an illegal block, I believe. Smart play by Sam Lopez.
Right.
I mean, you're allowed to return that ball. And in fact, if he fumbled, it'd be no fumble.
Right. But what penalty did they call this time?
And it's also been a good lesson for one of our super sophomores to understand it doesn't matter if somebody.
It's going to be a legal block against Millville. So that will be their 12th penalty for 98 yards.
Amazing.
6 for 63 against Vineland.
Sometimes you can just over officiate a game in my opinion.
So with 22 seconds left, I would assume victory formation.
Yeah, it looks like Millville put
Jacob Zamat back in.
So he can take a knee.
So Jacob Zamat's back in. 22 seconds left. And if nobody calls a timeout, this should be the last play of the game. It's going to be a handoff to Lopez. And he's going to get inside the 30.
He got out of bounds.
To the 28-yard line for a gain of 12. No.
Yep, they're letting it run. We don't need to run another play, guys.
And they're going to pitch it wide again to Lopez. And that'll be the end of the ball game.
It's a horse collar. That was a horse collar tackle. Ugly, 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 ugly.
So Millville will win their third game in a row against the Fighting Clan. They win this game by a score of 35-16. We will take a break and come back and wrap this game up after this.
Thank everyone for coming out to today's game. I want everyone to drive home safely, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Smile is more than just your teeth. At Tenbrook Orthodontics, discover the smile you deserve to have. Get more smiles, more affordably priced with Harvard-trained Dr. Tenbrook's 21st century technology. Get Tenbrook's exclusive T1 braces or Invisalign, which gradually delivers a gorgeous smile. 11 locations like Millville, Washington Township, Vineland, and Mullica Hill, Tenbrook Orthodontics. Spend less time, spend less money, have more fun getting the smile you deserve.
Getting the right pair of glasses along with the quality eye care you deserve can be expensive, but not at Ideal Vision, where for a limited time you can get a complete pair of glasses for just $49.95. And right now that includes our comprehensive eye exam. Ideal Vision is where quality meets affordability, from an on-site optical laboratory making same-day eyeglasses available to hundreds of designer frames from the brands you want, all with the lowest prices guaranteed.
We are here for you and your family's vision needs. Call or stop in today at Ideal Vision. You'll be glad you did.
It's Thanksgiving football. The Fighting Clan of Vineland versus the Thunderbolts of Millville. It's happening now on Quinn Broadcasting.
He should be ready. Technology should be ready. We'll have our replays, the cameras to it.
Be back? We are back. I had to ask. Millville wins this game by a score of 35-16, and they've won 3 straight in the series. It's now the all-time series 67 for Vineland, 65 for Millville, and there are 19 ties. So Millville fans, if you're marking your calendar, Thanksgiving Day 2025, we can overtake Vineland. So, and that's the goal, is to take over Vineland, right? So let's go to the stats. Millville wound up after being behind by 2 at halftime. They wound up dominating this game, 361 yards overall. The bugaboo again for Millville, 12 penalties for 98 yards and 3 turnovers in the game. But they had a well-balanced attack, 156 on the ground, 205 through the air. Fighting Clan made most of their yards in the first half, and they had 1 long run by Clark in the second half to account for their 129 yards rushing. Let's go to some individual stats for the Thunderbolts. Jacob Zamat was just fantastic today, Craig, and you as a quarterback who are seeing his growth and seeing the fact that he really saw the field well today, didn't make mistakes, and delivered the ball well.
Absolutely, no question about it. His one interception, unfortunately, was right through a receiver's hands, so you can't really blame him for that. But he has definitely grown. I mean, and rightfully so, because he started every game, played most of every game, and even though we've dominated some opponents, he's had to play good football. And my hat's off to him. He's really improved over the course of the year. And again, I look for really big things for him. He could be a big-time quarterback in college. So, hats go off to him and the football team. Very disappointed in the unsportsmanlike, though, Rich. It really, there's no reason for that. No reason at all. In the first half, we came out slow, but, we just played four days ago. And, there's a lot of emotion in the Thanksgiving Day game, played 4 days ago. You got to play again. That plays into it. So, the slow start, they are kids. They're high school students. It's difficult. It's really difficult. But, we overcame adversity again, as we have in our last 3 or 4 games, especially in the playoff games, and came out in the second half and really did some good jobs offensively and defensively and special teams in the second half of these football games. So, my hat's off to the Millville Thunderbolts.
Millville with 21 second half points. Let's go to Naeem Sharp. Naeem Sharp had 11 carries today for 65 yards and 1 catch for -7. Also on the ground, Bryceer Hunter, 12 carries for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. Lopez had 2 carries for 15 yards. On the receiving end, we have Lotzir Brooks, who had 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. But the receiving stars today for Millville were Freddie Levan, 6 catches for 71 yards, along with Thomas Smith, 3 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown, and an outstanding catch, a diving catch over the middle at the 1-yard line to show Craig Atkinson up, who had been dissing him the whole game. So, Thomas, congratulations for showing up, Craig, during the game with some outstanding athletic ability. And he had a rough start, Thomas Smith did, but he certainly finished off very, very well. So Vineland had 145 total yards. Millville had 361 in the game, including 212 yards in the second half of play to score 21 points and take this game by a score of 35-16. So before I go, I got to give credit to everybody. And I know that Ryan has given me. So Rebecca Panchacine on cameras with Matt Norowski. Louis Rivera. Scoreboard was Brandon Kiley. And we have Ryan, who is the boss over here and has been the boss over me all year. So we thank them for their help. And I want to have a special announcement for QBC fans. We will have the state championship. It will be on WMVB 96.1 on December 3rd because QBC cannot, because the rights to the video are owned by NJ.com, we can't do it the video, but we will have the audio, and the audio will play over the Quinn Broadcasting Facebook page, and also you'll be able to hear it on 96.1 live, 6 p.m., December 3rd, against Northern Highlands at SHI Stadium in Piscataway. So we will look forward to that game as Millville goes for the first ever statewide Group 4 state championship. For the entire crew, for the Hall of Fame coach Tony Cerise, and for Craig Atkinson, I'm Rich Van Noord saying, see you December 3rd from Rutgers.
This has been a QBC television production in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22 and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.